Our guest is a global speaker, a minister, a voice of love and healing to nations. She inspires leaders to be authentic, compassionate, and courageous. She speaks passionately with the aim to liberate, heal, and empower individuals, families, organizations, and communities and nations. Welcome with us, Nyma Adeyemi in the building. How you doing, Pastor Nyma?
Great, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Happy New Year. Congrats on the new facility.
Thank you. There's love in the air.
Well done. Yes.
So before you came in, we're discussing about what was hot in Nigeria, what many Nigerians are talking about. Everybody's talking about it except YK's house, where they're discussing this issue with Two-Face and everything. And the reason why we discuss it on our show is not to gist about it, but it's usually to learn, because there are a lot of young people who are getting into relationships. Everybody wants to become a celebrity. Everyone wants to be dating a celebrity. People want to be, and still they want to have that traditional marriage. And how to hold the marriage in this celebrity world is always very tasking. And also all the thing that comes with it. So when you have a man who seems to have lots of liberty to have children in different places, how do you handle that? How do you manage that? At what point do you say, okay, I want to divorce? Because in Christianity, we're not allowed to divorce. I mean, Islam, they can say divorce you, and they're done. We are not allowed to. But yet you're married to somebody who has taken the liberty to be very, very generous with his seeds. And you as a woman, you have to deal with that, and hoping that as you deal with that, you get the benefit of that.
Be compensated.
And be compensated. That's what I'm looking for. And the compensation is that he stays with you and is loyal and is true with you, and you guys are together. Unfortunately, that thing gets disrupted in the middle, and now everybody, the whole world knows about it because you guys are in the news. How do we handle this kind of emotional traumas? I won't come to you immediately. Let me hear the list, jump in here, then I'll let you pitch in. Nyma, is that emotional trauma I am so worried about
I want to
young people?
I want to talk about this proposal, I see this relationship as if it's shaking, personally or personal view. I don't understand the proposal. I don't understand why it seems like the two of them seem unable to be firm.
That's how when love shacks.
Nah, lie. Somebody proposed to a girlfriend a week ago. The guy stand, an influencer, and the Diary of a Nigerian girl. And she stand, even with all the she was firm. Are these people not, were they drunk or something? It just drunk is the simplest thing I'm thinking of.
Have you ever heard of being swept off your feet?
I'm telling you.
It couldn't be swept off her feet. Swept off her feet.
I cannot understand that.
Can someone answer my question?
Of emotional...
Yes.
No, I'm going to come there.
Okay, coming there.
Yeah. You know we have Pastor Mrs. DME here now, so we have to be proper. But let's quickly just gossip this our gossip so we can leave it for her. Because I personally think that this girl has, her records in the house. She's been a non-conformist, but much more than that. Almost as if she questions, she couldn't keep authority. At the house, somebody had to send her out for lack of proper dressing. She's the youngest lawmaker.
Oh, is she the one?
Yeah,
she
with the hat and glasses.
Yeah. Okay.
So she doesn't even know how to conform. She's 31.
She's young. Yeah.
She's young, and she's from money. She's the granddaughter to the
Benedion.
So she should be more put together, that kind of thing, because you can be young and foolish, but not from certain class of family. You've been exposed. You've seen it all. In the house, you can be a serious lawmaker, and you can be a girl. I will understand that, but it's in the reek of scatter. Just arrange. The way she sat down, the way both of them were they entertaining their friends at that proposal. Was that a proposal at all?
Right.
Could Two-Face too have even waited, finish his divorce, so he does a nice proposal that is dignifying of the girl, and then gossip.
Okay.
One juice.
Let me come to Mariam.
There's gossip that she's pregnant.
We don't know.
We don't confirm. But if you see that proposal, if you look at the handing, the place the hand go, it's suggestive.
Okay. Mariam, I'll come to you, Mariam. I want you to just take in all the gist and then advise us going forward. Mariam,
please comment. Before advice, comment. You are human.
I mean, yes, I'm not perfect. I'm perfect.
Mariam, you've watched the reality shows where this woman, where Annie, because for me, I don't want to talk much about Two-Face. I really don't care about it. But you can talk about Two-Face if you want to. I'm so concerned about Annie.
Now you're picking.
Even she even at doing the reality shows. Because I watched those shows where she would cry. She was almost tormented by her colleagues in that show. She always plays the victim card. Like, everybody's coming on me. And then she goes to Two-Face for strength. And we're there excited that, oh my goodness, I think she have a Two-Face who we can lean on. And then fast forward, this happened. And we're thinking, hello, what's going on here? So how do you think she should handle this thing that's happening right now?
You know, we're so quick to give people advice to get up and go, get up and get life moving. The truth is that it takes a process. And I believe, based on what I've seen in the reality video, based on what her friend said when the story first broke out, that she was dealing with a lot in rehab, I think that woman is going through a lot. I think emotionally and mentally she must be down completely, you know. And I just want this to be a time for us to encourage sisterhood, where people are, now is when she needs support. She may not have the strength to get up and get going. What she needs now is the support system that will help hold her through the tough times. There will come a point where she will have to rise up. She's a mother, she has children. Exactly. She'll have to parent those children. She'll have to teach them that sometimes life will break you down, but you, as long as you're alive, you still have an opportunity to do better for yourself. I hope that the end of this story, or towards the end of this story, it will be a story about Annie rediscovering herself and being strengthened and being a better version of herself as a person first, and also as a mother. Who knows, maybe sometime in the cards for her, she'll even find love with another person. And in that case, you know, she's able to choose someone in a healthy place. Because I feel like her love with Two-Face is, you know that song, we found love in a hopeless place. So all the hopelessness of that space, they talk about how she was underage, you know, the sort of lifestyle that they were living. Sometimes love in that kind of situation, unless both of you work hard together, you know, you just find it's turbulent like that. So I'm just hoping that that this is not a time when we're saying, Annie, get up, get up, get up. It's not the time to pepper them back. No, it's the time to stand with her and help her, you know, get better.
Let me come to you, Ma, because now I need you to talk about marriage generally. You know, I just want to hear your thoughts, because there are lots of people going through a lot of hell in their homes. And many women need strength, they need support, as she has said, and we make mistakes. Maybe we marry the wrong person and we have children. Christianity doesn't allow us to walk away as easy as we would. But as a woman, what do you think, how do you think women can begin to help themselves in these kind of situations?
Thank you. One of the reasons why I set up the Real Woman Foundation 25 years ago, it was clocked 25 last year, December. And you know the story because we talked about it the last time I was here about 7 years ago, is I was touched by girls on the streets that we call prostitutes or commercial sex workers. And I decided not to mind my business, because I would look at them and say, this is so. I was young myself. How old was I then? 28, I think, ish. Yes, 28, 29.
So now we have calculated, we know your age.
Yes, ma'am.
I know your age now.
Now, yes, my age now, I'm 58. I mean, I'm going to be 58 in 2 months. So I decided not to mind my business. And I went to the streets, I went to a brothel and started talking to them, made friends with them. And that began a whole career shift from architecture that I studied to master's level, to being a pastor's wife, to being someone who took interest in the broken. I just genuinely, I didn't know that what the real gift God gave me was compassion. And I would just wonder, this is someone's sister, this is someone's daughter, this one's, what are they, you know? It's when I look back, I realized that what was my business, you know? And genuinely, that began a whole, you know, forming an NGO, after that, having Real Woman conferences, and it's for, so my focus was first for young women, not married people, for young girls, having esteem. And it's not like I had it all together. Two, before I got married, thank God for the grace of God and how we're still rolling. I am not perfect. People think I have a perfect life. We are far from perfect. The fact that we're still married, you know, by the grace of God, doesn't mean that we are perfect. But I realized that as young girls, sometimes we choose wrongly. We choose what we don't want, then we later realize because we were not aware. So for young women, for young girls, self-awareness sometimes is low. Sometimes we have low self-esteem and we don't know. And maybe we're not taught, or from examples we had or examples we didn't have, trauma that has been passed down. You know, even the wealthy have trauma. People can come from wealthy homes and homes where both parents are married and their marriage is going on. And a child, maybe out of 4 or 3, can be broken.
Exactly.
Because that child receives differently the absence of the parents. It impacts on that child differently from the other one, and we'll compare. We say, aren't they from the same home? Why is this one turning out well? Why is this one throwing tantrums? Why is this one misbehaving in this school and this one is prim and proper? There's personality of each child, temperament, and just how each child is wired. So it hits a child different, and once it hits a child differently, the child grows up looking for love in the wrong places.
Let me pause you, Ma, for a second. I like where you're taking us to, because we're taking this back.
We can't judge.
Earlier, we were discussing a bit about the issue that happened with Two-Face, but I wanted to go back to the source. How it started in the first place, making the right choices, because we had said it before that this girl met this man at the age of 15. A 15-year-old is a child.
And he already had 2 kids.
Yes. So these are things where we have to be very careful on how we're helping our children make decisions.
Ask about the uncertainty of the future. So when she met him, he started a music career and he blew. Unexpectedly, he was a newest thing because he brought a new flavor to the music, and it looked like this is a promising person. And a lot of times, girls want to marry a young man. Those days when we were younger, if you're in the bank, if you're in the oil and gas, you know, so those were the prospects. They would, you know, you prospect the guy, go check him out. You say, okay, this one can take care of me. I married him. He did not have money, but I knew his future was bright. It's because you could prospect him. You know, what were the guarantees? Because the future looks so uncertain. He might not still blow the blow. And then things will not, you know, really work out.
And I think she was not yet self-aware. At 15.
At 15,
And I think he's much older than her.
No, I think he's only 5 years old.
Okay, he's 5 years old.
I think he was 20.
5 years.
Okay. But she was not at 15.
They were dating. They dated, and while they were dating, 2 other girls got pregnant for him. They had second pregnancies.
And then she eventually married him. Her. Okay, I don't even want you talking too much about that issue, because you know I don't want you to go and start getting quoted.
I know. On how to help, the lessons. That's what we need to learn.
So the question is, you know, prospecting the person, what are the things you should be really prospecting, you know, to say
as a young person
has
as a young girl,
promising future?
I think you need to first of all have your values, understand your worth, that you are a good thing, that you are enough, that you are not looking for someone to complete you. Get education, get skills, study what you love and that you are passionate about, because that will keep you going. Protect your mental health. It's very important. We have learned that sadness, bitterness, and things, all the like, cause diseases. They inflame the body. They cause cancers or make us, you know, kind of more open to those diseases. You know, so these are things we should prepare our young ladies for, and young men as well.
So given that you have to do this, be aware, that's aware, how old would you say a person needs to be, at least, if you were to advise, how old do you say, at least get to this age before you think about settling down with someone?
For young girls, I think maybe they should finish their education, like 21, 22. You just finish get your first degree, get something going. And that is why I feel that we should talk to young girls from age 13, teenagers. Let's talk to them about their esteem. Let's affirm them at home. When people are not affirmed at home, they look for love else everywhere. Let fathers be present. Let mothers be present. Let aunties be present in the lives of young people. When young girls, age 13, 14, break out, you have pimples, you have all of that, let them know that they're still beautiful. Let them know that it's a phase and those breakouts will go. Let them eat the right things. Let's tell them that, yes, you can have the Coke, Fanta, but do your fruits. You're not too young to eat healthy. Let's build women up. Let's build girls up.
Okay.
And they'll make better choices.
Hold it for a minute. Good morning, you're live. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Very clearly. Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you. I just want to contribute to the topic that we're discussing about.
Yes.
And first off, I want to address Miriam's analysis of two faces, feedback to the situation. First off, the second season of that reality show was in 2023. The third season that we're watching now was just about last year. And you will see all the display of love in the second season in 2023. In 2024, the last season we're watching now, even when she was going through issues with the cast in South Africa, Baba was still the first person that she called. We saw that in the third season too. So Miriam's analysis of believing what Baba said, that they've been separated for a while and they are going through their divorce and he's now with a new person. I do not agree that it's been long enough for him to come and disgrace his wife of that long. His girlfriend of 15 years, he wants to marriage into this year. Annie will be 41 this year. Baba will be 50 this year. So you can imagine somebody I've been with from when I was 15 to now that I'm going to be 41 this year. Where am I supposed to start from and where should I start picking up again? I just think that there's a side of wickedness to how Baba is playing out the situation. However, on the other hand, let us also look at it from Baba's perspective. Why could he be doing this for somebody he's been with for that long? Could it be that there's actually indeed something terrible that his wife has done to him that, is now playing out now? So I just think that, of course, we do not have the details, but at the same time, I still think that the way Baba is playing along, it's, very wicked of the man to do.
Thank you very much, Kenny. So I know Nyma had talked about midlife crisis, I think it was yesterday. That the man gets to the point where he's like, all chips are down, I don't care. I'm going to go for what I want. Now, when a woman is not usually allowed to have that kind of crisis because we expect to just, you're falling out of love with your husband. What does that mean? No, you stay there. But a man is going through midlife crisis and he says, I'm done with her, I'm moving on. And we're supposed to celebrate him and allow him.
Look, listen.
They're celebrating one like that. Good, he has found love. What's that about?
No, they're celebrating his video where he was proposing. So they are saying congratulations. I believe, I don't know.
Who are the people celebrating?
There will be those who
you see, these are two people or three people living their lives. And all of us are now inside their sitting room.
Alleging, as he said.
Making conversation out of what we don't even know about. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody knows what transpired between Two-Face and Annie over the years. Nobody knows. They have not shared it with us, and
we don't know.
Can only speak.
They may never share it with us. If they share it with us, then nobody knows how he met the new babe. And how they started. It is them now that are even giving us food for thought. Everybody. So and we are discussing.
Right.
But the truth of the matter, the only people that know about the matter are the three of them.
That's why I don't want us to focus too much on their matter and focus on the lessons that we're learning from it. Nyma, let me come to you if I come to you.
Mr. Adeyemi, a 15-year-old girl in a relationship these days, we see we've made it normal. 15, I dare not. In my parents' houses, I was allowed to at least invite somebody home when I was past 21. And it was because my auntie had put him out. So you're not supposed to have a relationship with anybody outside your gender at that age. But this is a girl that was 15 and she was publicly allowed to be in a relationship with a boy far older than her, and everything can tie them at that age. You know, her first sexual experience, if it happened as a teenager, a lot of other things, mistakes that can happen, that you would be grateful for the kind of seclusion my parents put me in at, you know, at a much older age, that you did not make them, because as a young teenage girl, how much control would you have emotionally? So let's talk about, you know, the role of the parents and the kind of permission given at that age to such, you know, serious consequential.
I'll let you answer that after the break. We have a very short break. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.